I think women still have to
Yes.
apologize for aggression.
Yes.
I think women still have to apologize for ambition.
Absolutely.
And I think that, yes, I think women bring change every day in quiet ways, as Tarla Dalal did.
See, let me explain this
Yeah.
from my own life, right? Like, and which is the thing we started this discussion with. I genuinely come from a very conservative family. Like, I have
Okay,
a lot
define
of,
conservative.
I have a lot of
Define,
women.
you
I have
said
a lot
this
of women in
phrase conservative 4 times.
I have a
You haven't
lot
told
of-
me what it means.
I'll tell you, my mother was born in a village in Kashmir. It's a place called Gurez.
Mhm.
My dad was born in Nizamuddin Basti. I have a lot of family till today where
Did they grow up poor?
yes, we didn't have too much money. My dad started this restaurant, he inherited a butcher's shop from my grandfather, which is right next to where Salim's is right now. And I think they still have that running. And this where Salim's is right now was a place my dad in 77 or maybe 70 before that rented out and started like, one guy making kebabs and like serving kind of a thing. So when my parents got married and then I was born, we had a 1-bedroom house in Kalkaji. It was where I was born. And then later we moved to GK. So I've seen my family really go through all the stages of, gradually
Being self-sufficient.
being self-sufficient. And having said that, so I really have seen all sides of the spectrum. Like, so I would go to like a regular school in South Delhi, but all like my weekends used to be at my dadi's house, which is Nizamuddin Basti, which is right next to Kali Masjid. My summer holidays were in Kashmir, which is a 90s of Kashmir, which is the worst time possibly to visit. But my Nanihal was there, so I had to go meet my grandparents. So I've had this childhood going to different places and just, I guess, inhabiting that space, right? So when I say, there are a lot of women, for example, like one side of my family is in a village. They're still there. They do farming.
So the idea of being career women is not organic or natural.
I am the first one in my family to be like a career woman. I have not said that in as many. Like my mother now, after like us having grown and all of that, in a very Tarla-esque way, had that moment saying, but you all are so busy and I have nothing to do. So now I want to work. So she started like a little small business of hers. But
what does she do in the business?
It's like a little salon thing. First, she started a jewelry business. Now she has a little salon thing.
I want to
It's just
say
something
about
keep
salons.
busy. Mhm.
I actually, every time I go to one, and I still go to the one in the same market where Salim's is, to the neighborhood salon, because I think there's something comforting
Correct.
about that. Every time I go to a salon, I actually think there's so much female entrepreneurship
There is.
in beauty salons.
Boutiques
It's
and
extraordinary.
beauty salons.
It is extraordinary.
Insane. Yeah.
In small ways, how women are bringing change to their own lives.
And it's a lovely community of people just knowing each other and sharing stories and like,
absolutely.
empowering each other and just being a great support system for each other. So
No, so to the point that you're the first woman in your family to be a professional working woman.
Yes.
And therefore you identify with a quieter, Tarla-esque way of change.
When I had that moment in my own life as well, right, with my dad, it was a conversation. I said I won't do it. And I appealed to, I guess, his emotional side, maybe a little manipulative or whatever you want to call it. But I felt that was far more effective. I could have always like picked up my bags and walked away and run away or whatever. And that's an option we have. But I felt like, no, I do want to be at a point in time. And today it gives me great pride in the fact that today, like I go from a film promotion to my dad's restaurant and they participate and I see other people in my family also getting inspired. Like my niece recently went to Switzerland to study. She's the first girl in her family to go abroad to study, because when I wanted to go, they were a bit like, let's see how this works. So I feel like, so as a family also we're making that journey and I've really seen that at hand. So I believe in that. Maybe that's not an option.
No, all I'm saying is there are women who will need to do it that way.
Yes.
There are women who will choose
and no judgment.
aggression.
No judgment.
And there are women who will want to make a lot of noise, and it'll be different for each woman given her
when I talk
context.
about feminism, I don't just mean that only women. When I talk about the aggression, I just don't mean about feminism only. I just feel in general in the world there's too much aggression right now. And for a person like me, I'm just like, everyone needs to just calm down a little bit. So it's coming from that place.